What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a beautiful day today. Let's check out episode 21, where we look at days 75 through 80. So let's jump straight into day 75 and see how it went. Began the day getting level 73 Dungeoneering. Nothing really too special with that. I was just trying to make progress number one toward my Charming Imp because I think that's going to be super beneficial to get in general, and also just to make progress toward level 75, which is a requirement for Plague's End. Membership ran out again, so I had to buy another bond. Sadly, though, this was very shortly after the new floating walk animation came out, so it was super expensive, around 2.5 mil more than they usually are. Kind of a pain in the ass, but it's really not too big of a deal. I mean, I'm able to make enough money for my bonds pretty passively through stuff like Viswax and farm runs anyway, so I'm not too stressed about it. Just kind of a bummer that I couldn't have kept that little bit of extra that I had made. After that, though, I went on to finally complete the Legacy of Seergaze quest. This is important because now I'm able to craft blood runes, which, number one, are a very, very good XP per hour method, and also good GP per hour if you're going through the Abyss. I may or may not look into doing that in the future, should I want to train rune crafting in a super fast and efficient way. Should I just need something to AFK because I'm busy with other things, then I'll probably just work on it in RuneSpan. But regardless, the main reason I wanted to do this now was, number one, just the sooner I do it, the more I'm able to take advantage of doing this daily for my Wicked Hood, and also because I had a Blood Rune daily challenge. Sadly, though, I kind of procrastinated doing it this day, and it was on its last day that challenge would expire, and I was never actually able to do it. So that is why you do not procrastinate stuff like this, guys. I got level 72 farming from a farm run, nothing really too important there, just making casual farming progress, which is always really great to see. After that, though, I went to the Thieving Guild, decided to work on some thieving. Thieving is one of my lowest stats. I think it is actually my lowest stat right now in this clip. So it was something I just kind of wanted to try and get up, because if I was able to get it up, then I would be able to put my Tears of Guthix into a different skill. So I got to level 56, which is a requirement for the Path of Glowfree. I'm pretty sure that's kind of an important quest. I don't remember the exact rewards, but I know that it's something that I do need to get around to doing sooner or later. After that, though, I got to level 57, more good progress, but at this point it was just, I really don't like low-level thieving, so I'm pretty sure I'm just going to wind up with my Tears of Guthix going into that skill. Just it's very click-intensive, very tedious, and I just do not enjoy it at all. Working at the treasure chest in the Falador event, I got level 61 Herblore, which is fantastic. Again, this is another skill I need level 75 in to get access to Elf City, so to be getting free XP in a pretty expensive skill is just really, really good to see that progress. Working on a little bit more dungeoneering after that. I kind of like to do my dungeoneering a few floors at a time, kind of go in spurts before I kind of get tired of it, because it is pretty intensive. But anyway, I got level 75 ranged, and this is important for a couple reasons. Number one being Plague's End. 75 ranged is a requirement for that, which is, of course, what you need for Elf City, so it's good to get that requirement done. Number two is Shadow Tendrils. Shadow Tendrils is one of my favorite abilities in the game, so being that I've unlocked that with this range level, I don't really have a whole lot of defense or HP that I can use this frequently in Slayer, but I can definitely use this while I'm dungeoneering, so it's just going to be super cool. I finished capping at the Falador event after that, though, had gotten just short of 100k XP through all of the lamps, which is absolutely fantastic. Level 60 summoning, though, hitting that level 60 milestone, really cool, got me to the 1900 total level milestone. Just 100 off of that 2k. It's so cool to see all this progress, but even after that, I was able to get level 61 summoning and 62 Herblore. It is just absolutely insane. I can't say it enough how good this event is, and I really, really hope everyone that watches this video is making sure to take advantage of that. Went back to Daemonheim for a little bit, though, got to level 74 dungeoneering. Nothing unlocked there, nothing too special, but, you know, another level, more tokens, which is really good. Really great to see progress. But that was the end of day 75 at 1903 total level, 37.13 mil XP. Let's jump in to day 76. Started the day off through doing my Tears of Guthix, a minigame that you guys probably know I really, really hate. It's so tedious, and I'm very, very bad at it. But of course, this XP did go into thieving, as I was saying earlier. Thieving is just a very low-level skill of mine that I cannot be bothered to train. At least right now I can't. And we're getting to the point in this account where my levels are high enough that I don't always get a level up from Tears of Guthix, which is kind of a two-edged sword. You know, it's good to see that, oh, well, my levels are this high, I've hit this milestone, it's not helping me as much, but it's also kind of a shame to be like, okay, well, I can't just go to Tears of Guthix and get 5 levels and make progress that way. But, I mean, we were going to get there sooner or later. Had to AFK for a while, so I did some fletching. That's one of my go-to skills whenever I need to AFK. Got to level 76 fletching though, and this is kind of important, but not for quite a while. Basically, I'm able to make Dragonbane arrows now, but the reason this isn't important for a while is because number one, I need to do Ritual of the Majorat. I don't have hardly any of the requirements for that in terms of levels or quests, so it's just way, way in the distant future. Number two, I don't really have good combat stats to be doing anything I would need Dragonbane arrows for, and whether that be Adamant Rune Dragons, whether that's Mithril Dragons or Queen Black Dragon, even King Black Dragon, I guess. It's nothing that's really in my immediate future. So I mean, it's good to have the requirement, so that way when I am there, I already have this taken care of. I finally got around to doing the Legends quest. Now, I say finally because I've wanted to do this for quite a while, and the reason for that is I've had a hard clue scroll in my bank that required me to go into the Karazi jungle, and you can't do that until after you've started the Legends quest. So, finally got this done and out of the way so I can start working on hard clues actively. There's something I really, really enjoy doing when I'm slaying. So, good to get this done and out of the way for that aspect, and also just for the fact of making progress in this quest series, getting more quest points, all things along those lines. Through the XP rewards, I got to level 58 thieving, which is really cool. Triple loot for Master Farmers. Maybe I'll train there. I really don't know. I mean, I don't think it's great XP per hour, but it is a little bit less tedious, I think, than koshing volunteers in the Thieves Guild, so we'll see where we go with that. Again, doing work at Falador at the treasure chest portion of the event. I think it's kind of indirectly related to Treasure Hunter. I got level 59 prayer. This is really good. Just number one, free prayer XP is always good, something I am always a big fan of. Number two, I do need to get prayer up to 75 for Plague's End, so making that progress without having to buy it is just fantastic again. And that's really all there is to it. Just free prayer XP. You can never complain about it. I had a Krill Sutzaroth death task, so I went and I did that with a buddy of mine. Completed that task, another 12k Slayer XP, some Reaper points. It's kind of cool to see myself making progress in Reaper points. I know you need 300 to get an uncut Hydrix, but it's going to be quite a long time until I actually have that full 300. But still a great chunk of Slayer XP, and it's nice to do a boss every now and then, just an hour-long instance, make a little bit of money from it. It's pretty enjoyable, honestly, just to be able to hang out with a friend and do a little bit of low-level PVM and not need to stress too much about it. And the best part about this instance is we actually got a drop. But the bad part about it is that it was a ward of subjugation, which is like the 30k shield or something like that. But it's okay, guys. Don't worry. It got better. We got another drop, which was another ward of subjugation. So basically what we decided at the end of this instance was that because we had only gotten 2 wards, and because my friend's name is Ward, he likes to keep them for his collection. We decided just to not bother splitting the loot. He had yacked a bunch of things, like rune stuff, and I had whatever I had in my inventory plus coin drops. Overall, it worked out to be a little bit in my favor, but it's really whatever. It would not have made a big difference in the long run anyway. Toward the end of the instance, though, I had gotten to level 77 magic and 101 combat. Pretty cool milestones. Nice thing about doing Outer Wars Dungeons is that it is pretty good XP. Even though I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, I do still kind of feel like a leech. It's definitely helping my account out a lot. That was the end of day 76, though. Heading my way over to Falador to start AFKing as I log out was at 1907 total level and 37.6 mil total XP. Fantastic progress throughout the day. Let's jump into day 77. Nothing better than starting off the day by AFKing some Falador, getting all those lamps, all of those supply crates. Just absolutely fantastic and beautiful, to say the least. Got around 80k XP from this day of capping. Was pretty unlucky. I got a lot of those random garbage things as opposed to lamps. Would much rather have lamps, but cannot always win them all. Anyway, though, 62 summoning. Can now summon Abyssal Lurkers. I guess, should I ever want to really runecraft with them, I guess? I don't know. I've always been kind of a runespan kind of guy, but I know that blood runes nowadays are a lot better GP per XP. They're better XP per hour, I mean, and also good GP per hour. So I should probably use something like this. So it will be beneficial. Good to make this progress, though. Was doing some divination for a daily challenge. Got to level 74 through turning in my chronicles. I do need to get to level 80 for the quest after Plague's End, titled The Light Within. It unlocks a whole bunch of fantastic prayers and spells, so it's something I do want to be making progress toward eventually. I do need to start doing cash more often, but still level 74, really good. After that, I went to do some temple trekking. The reason I want to do temple trekking early on this account is because I would really, really like to get the construction outfit and the woodcutting outfit. Each of them give something like 5% bonus XP whenever they're worn in their respective skills. So the sooner I get that, obviously, the more it'll benefit me because the sooner I can start getting that bonus XP and it'll just add up immensely. But level 71 strength while I was doing this. Another nice thing about temple trekking is that these Talon Beast charms, when used with Crimson Charms, are like 1k summoning XP each. I think you need like level 77 or something, somewhere around there, to actually make the charms, or to make the pouches, the Talon Beast pouches. But collecting these is just going to be super beneficial. Have not done Big Chin in a while. This and Cash are two things I really, really need to pick up and make sure I'm doing more of at least once a day, if not 2 times a day like I'm supposed to. I feel so guilty that I don't, but it's something that I've been super, super lazy about. Regardless, though, I did finally go back and I got level 72 Hunter. This is an important milestone because now I can start hunting Charm Sprites. This is actually something that I hunted a lot on my main. Not to 99 by any means, but I did spend a lot of time there. Getting those extra charms is actually pretty nice just because there's really no good GP per hour hunter anymore, so it's nice to get something out of it, and they're not bad XP per hour either. Now, you guys may or may not remember that the only hunter I've done on this account has been to level 5 through bird snares when I was still free to play, and just through doing daily divine locations put into hunter, and through doing the big chinchompa. So me doing this Judinko challenge was the first actual hunter I've done since level 5, pretty much. So I kind of broke the streak. Kind of hurts that I couldn't make it super, super far without doing real hunter, but at the same time, I got 31k XP from it, so it was absolutely 110% worth breaking that streak. Definitely, definitely worth it, and I know that I'm going to do every hunter challenge that I get. This was the day that the chest in the Falador event was finally uncovered, so I got 22k summoning XP and 26k bonus XP in summoning from that. Just absolutely fantastic rewards. Really, really great to put this on the account. I'm surprised that I didn't get a level from these big chunks of XP, but I mean, I guess it just kind of goes to show that my summoning level is finally getting up high enough where there is decent space between the levels, which is also good too. Capping at the other portion of Falador, though, I got to level 63 Herblore. Nothing too special about that, but again, as I keep saying, just really good progress to be able to get this free XP in an expensive skill, especially an expensive skill that I'm going to need to get up to get into Elf City. Regardless, though, that was the end of this day at 1912 total level and 38.25 mil total XP. Let's check out the next day. As per usual, starting the day off by finishing my capping, I can't express it enough. You have to come and do this. I got around 110k XP from this cap. Granted, though, I did have some extra supply crates, more than usual, because of the reward from the chest that I had claimed everything from last night, so that's nice. I did get level 63 summoning, which is pretty cool, making that progress again, as I keep saying, just beautiful. Working on another divination challenge, I got to level 75 divination, which is pretty cool. A big thing about this is it's a requirement for Fate of the Gods. This is a quest I do want to do. I want to make progress toward this because this is just going to be really convenient, pretty much just because Shard of Zaros is really nice to use in Godor's Dungeon. There's really not a whole lot of other reasons I want to do the quest other than, XP rewards and stuff like that. But there's a lot of level requirements and also quest requirements holding me back from doing this, so it's going to be quite a while until I'm actually able to go and do that, but getting this requirement out of the way is just fantastic. Back to Daemonheim, I got level 75 Dungeoneering. This is another requirement for Elf City, so to get this done is nice. I do need to do quite a bit more dungeoneering, though. I do want to get my Charming Imp. I want to start getting maybe some Chaotics, some other scrolls, things like an Herbicide, stuff like that I want to be making progress towards. So by no means does this mark the end of dungeoneering or even a pause, because Charming Imp is really just a very high priority of mine right now. But this requirement, this milestone, knocked out really great. After that, I was working on a Bandos Reaper task with a buddy of mine, but he experienced some serious DC problems, which is a big problem for me especially. I can't remember if he was attacking a minion or if maybe he just had auto-retaliate off, but I was left pretty much doing Bandos on my own, and I went through a full inventory of food and basically one kill. It was really, really rough. So that was a great way to start the instance. It was actually really bad. We did decide to go back after that, though. I was working on kill count. I got the War Priest of Bandos gauntlets. I only have 1, maybe 2 pieces of this outfit left to get, so that's really cool to make progress toward that. I don't know if or when I'll finish it. I don't know how useful it's actually going to be for me to get, but it's still pretty cool. Through going back into Bandos, though, we did finally finish the task. I think it was probably only like 11 or 12 kills, so it just kind of goes to show how unfortunate the last DC was. But finishing this task, getting me that 12k Slayer XP, got me to level 68 Slayer, which unlocks Spiritual Warriors. Now, let me know in the comments, were Spiritual Warriors buffed recently? I feel like they were. I'm pretty sure Spiritual Mages were, just their drops were buffed somewhat recently, like within the past handful of months. I feel like Spiritual Warriors were, but I don't remember. So let me know in the comments. Are they going to be worth doing? Is it something that I should just kind of be sad about? I don't know. After that, though, I got another Troll Beam. I got an Elite Clue Scroll. I do like doing clues, so it's nice to get one. It's just kind of a pain in the ass when you're at a boss and you get a Clue Scroll job, because you get the Golden Beam shines over one of your items, and then you find out it's not like Tacits or a BCP. So good, but kind of disappointing. Went on to get level 72 Strength, and shortly after that we got Bando's gloves for a drop. Now, I don't remember exactly what they sold for, but I know that the gloves are somewhere around 900 to 1.1 mil, 900k to 1.1 mil, obviously. So still a good drop, not as good as it could have been, but definitely better than something like a Bando's War Shield. Another troll drop, though. I got a hard clue scroll after that. As I already said, I do like doing clue scrolls, so it's not that bad. I just kind of wish it was something better while I'm at Bando's. Did go on to get a hilt split between the three of us. Kind of sucks, just in the fact that Bandos hilts anywhere only like 300k or something like that, maybe even less right now. And I'm pretty sure that's the same drop rate as like a BCP, which I'm pretty sure is like 1.6 mils, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's significantly more than 300k, so definitely could have been better, but again, could have been a Bandos War Shield, so I guess I can't really complain. Went on to get level 77 HP, which is pretty cool after that. After selling loot, giving it all to one of my friends so he could split it up evenly, wound up with a 1.5 mil split from the instance, so not that bad. I kind of takes care of the really bad instance we had started before, so in the end, I'll definitely take it. I mean, it was good for me just in terms of getting a nice kill count, got my task done, made progress toward my War Priest set, and good XP. So taking some money on top of that, really have no room to complain. That was the end of day 78, though. At 1918 total level, 38.7 mil total XP, a lot of gains. Let's jump in to day 79 and check it out. Began day 79 by getting level 59 Thieving, working at the Falador event. Absolutely fantastic. As I've said like 25 times at least in this episode, low-level Thieving is something I really don't enjoy, so being able to put this XP into Thieving is just so nice for me. Turning in my lamps after that, got a little bit over 100k XP, I think around 115k. You guys can do the math for me if you'd really like. But got some cool levels from that. Level 64 Summoning, 64 Herblore, and that Summoning level got me to 102 Combat. I don't think any of these levels are really notable for any reason. Nothing too special, but still really good progress, and two skills that I do need to get to 75 for Plague's End, so just really nice. Went to Zamorak Godwar's dungeon for a death task. Got that task done. No new levels, nothing too special, but another task done. Really great. Got level 78 magic after that. Nothing too special unlocked, but another magic level. Really cool progress. The instance ended, though, nothing really too special. I decided to price check my inventory. If you take out the cost of my runes and cost of some other stuff, I pretty much only had like 870k or something in loot, because I was the one picking up all of the stackable drops. That's usually the deal that my friends and I work out, is they use their yaks to bank things that don't really stack, stuff like rune drops, org bones, etc., things along those lines, while I pick up all the stackable drops and have my inventory kind of dedicated to that. The one signature drop that we did get was a Zamorakian spear, and my friend was so adamant about giving me this spear that way I would be forced to do the quest, I believe it's Summer's End, that unlocks being able to kill the Corporal Beast. That way I could kill Corp with them whenever they went. But so for my split, he decided to give me a Zamorakian spear as part of it, and then cash to cover the rest of the split to make it even in that way. So that is what we got from this instance. Nothing really too great. I guess it could have been worse, but it definitely could have been so much better. Went to the Citadel to cap, got to level 74 mining, only one level away from the mining level I need for Plague's End. Really nice. It's really starting to seem that a lot of those Plague's End requirements are starting to come together. I don't know when I'm actually going to be able to complete the quest Plague's End, but I really am aiming to do that as soon as possible, and it would be really nice if I could get that done in the somewhat near future, so guys, stay tuned for that. Finished capping though, decided to put my XP in mining as I have been doing just because I do want that level 75. That was the end of day 79 though. 39.2 mil XP, 1923 total level. Let's jump into the last day that we are looking at in this episode, day 80. Let's check it out. Kicking the day off with level 73 farming. Pretty cool. I can now farm Lantidimes. I don't know if I will do these. I'll probably need to check out what the actual profit per herb is. I try to plant herbs that are pretty profitable. I try not to do stuff that's, too expensive of seeds or too cheap of herbs. I try to use herb runs for profit because the actual XP you get from them really is not super different depending on what you do. You're not getting a whole lot of XP no matter what herb you do. So that's kind of my attitude I have toward it. I've been doing Avantos just because they are a little bit more XP than Toadflax. They're around the same profit, so that's been kind of my attitude about it. I will probably look into Lantidimes, though they may or may not be better. This was the day that the treasure chest portion of the Falador event was completely over, though. You were able to claim all of the rewards from it. Was able to get 41k XP in summoning, which got me to level 65, and 70k bonus XP in summoning. Just absolutely fantastic rewards. I got that level 75 two-handed sword, which is pretty much exactly on par with a god sword. I don't really see myself using it too often just because I'm really fond of my Crystal Halberd, which is tier 70, but AoEs with the Crystal Halberd are just so nice. I don't really want to give that up. Turned in the letter that I was supposed to get a little bit more XP, put that XP into summoning, of course, a little bit into Herblore, and you see that delayed pop-up from the 65 summoning that I had gotten in the chat. You could see it in the last clip. Kind of a pain that Jagex hasn't fixed that bug yet. I'm sure they're probably working on it. Really just kind of more tedious than anything, but good levels, good XP, good progress from this event. Using up all of my lamps at the end of capping for the day, though, I had gotten around 150k XP, which is just absolutely fantastic. 66 summoning as well, just getting closer and closer to that level 75, absolutely beautiful. And I know that the best thing about this is now that I do have a higher summoning level, the few small amount of charms I have are just going to be worth that much more and get me that much XP, that much more XP per charm, and just getting to that level that I need to be at is going to be just so much smoother. And, the fact I have a couple 100k bonus XP in summoning as is right now is definitely going to help. After that, they went to Saradomin God Wars dungeon to work on a death task of mine. I really don't like Saradomin God Wars dungeon, to be honest. I take a lot of damage. I'm bad at it. I don't really have good stats for it. My defense level is shit, so it's kind of a pain. But, I mean, when you go with friends, it's fun and it's worth it. But we had gotten a Saradomin Hiss drop, which is, in my opinion, I thought it was going to be kind of cool. Last time I remember buying one, I thought they were like 700k then, and I thought there was still at least 300k. It turns out that they're actually substantially less than that, just absolutely pitiful drop. So definitely a shame to have not gotten something better, but I mean, what are you going to do? You can't really control what you drop. That's kind of how RNG works. At the end of the instance, though, I had around 1 mil in stuff in my inventory just because, I'm the one who always picks up the stackable drops. Decided to sell the stuff, work out the splits, and in the end, my friend decided to give me the hiss just because that way I wouldn't have to buy my own, just kind of like a kind of DIY sort of thing. He worked that into the splits so that way it's not like he was giving me extra. It was still the same amount. It worked out fairly. But so hiss and 390k, really not a good instance in terms of profit at all, but I mean, I guess it's still kind of nice to have gotten something I can use. And I mean, I did get my task done, so I can't really bitch too much about it. This was the point in the evening that something relatively, potentially controversial happened, in the fact that I witnessed someone kind of dropping some stuff in like a drop party sort of fashion. And I kind of noticed this because he said something like ... 315 AGS left. And I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe is he selling them? Was he stocking them for some sort of investment? Maybe for invention coming out, something like that. But then I noticed that they're like appearing on the floor, and me being the hype little fucking noob I am, decided to try and pick them up. I mean, I've always had really bad luck in drop parties. I'm always one of the last people to, I say last people, but what I mean is I could be standing right on top of something spawning, but my luck is tragic. I never have the PID in order to get it. So for me to actually be able to pick up some of these AGS was really exciting for me. Now the problem here that I'm going to present to you guys, the potential dilemma, is the fact that when I started this account as a series, I told you guys that I wanted to take number 1, no loans, number 2, no handouts, and number 3, no boosting. Really quick to define all of that. By no loans, I mean nobody can give me any sort of sum of cash or something for me to use to benefit my account, whether that be to buy gear or to buy levels, and to then use that to eventually pay them back. Or even if that's using the money to invest, anything along those lines, I didn't want that assistance. I wanted to earn it all myself. No handouts being pretty obvious. I don't want someone to come up to me and be like, hey, here, take this. Best of luck to you with your account. Sorry you got hacked and everything. I hope this helps. Stuff like that. I didn't want to be that sort of begging slime because it just makes me feel like a leech. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to earn everything self-sufficiently, kind of. Not self-sufficiently in terms of like Iron Man, but I wanted to be that everything that I had on my account I had actually earned. And by no boosting, I mean, it's pretty unrelated, but I mean like if I was to go to Water Fiends or something and I was to tag the monster and then a friend of mine would kill it really quickly, it would just boost my XP per hour and the money I would make from drops and Crimson Charms and stuff like that through the roof. That didn't seem fair to me. To me, it seemed like that's kind of cheating, fast forwarding. I should stick through the shit levels and get through them on my own. Now, really quickly, I do want to say that I have talked to around 4 or 5 people about this, maybe even 6 at this point, and everyone has said that it was a drop party. It was something that anyone could have walked to and won the items from. It's nothing that I asked for. It's nothing, I don't even know the person. The person who dropped them was Trill. I mean, if he ever sees this, thank you for the drop party. I do really appreciate it, my friend. I am sorry that you were having a bit of a tipsy night and it wound up with you dropping a decent chunk of Armadyl God Swords, but 4 Armadyl God Swords into my bank would be another 6.4 mil for me, and being that my bank at this point is only around 60 mil, something like that, really nothing special, 6.4 mil would be a nice boost. It would definitely make getting something like my 75 prayer easier. It would basically just pay for that. It wouldn't really, it wouldn't be like a major boost is what I'm saying. It'd be a nice convenience, and I think that it's not really a handout in the terms of it's nothing that I asked for. It's nothing that he gave to me directly. It's something that I won through a drop party. Please, anyone who's watching this far into the video, throw your opinion of this in the comments. I still have the items. I have not sold them. I have not used them in any way, and I really want feedback from everyone who watches this video to tell me what you think I should do. Should I keep them or should I not use them? And before you say something like, don't use them, put them into a giveaway, I want to say that because I know there are some of you that are going to be biased little cheeky assholes that are going to say, no, don't use them, give them to your subscribers or something like that. I don't want you guys to be biased. I want this to be strictly about what you think I should do for the better or worse of my account, what you guys think is fair. If the general consensus is that you think I didn't earn them and I shouldn't keep them, I will give them back to the person who dropped them. That is 100% what I will do. Or if he won't accept them, I will just drop them and record them disappearing. I don't want them to go to people just because they want them themselves. I don't want this to be a selfish vote. But please, guys, tell me what you think in the description or in the comments below the description. It will make me very happy. I do really, really appreciate it. I did just mention prayer, though. I was actually buying ashes as I was doing that drop party, or as I was being lucky and looting things from that drop party. So I decided to work on some prayer. The main reason for that being that there is an Ectofuntus in the Halloween event. And now, although I haven't been doing any sort of actual stuff involving the Halloween event, taking advantage of this very convenient Ectofuntus, just in the fact that I don't need to work really hard to get the buckets of slime, and it's still better GP per XP than the, what is it called, than Gilded Altars. This will just be really, really good for my account, and the fact that I'll be able to get my prayer level up faster and also cheaper. So there's just really no reason for me not to take advantage of this while it's still in the game, so that is what I decided to jump on. I had started at level 59, and I got from level 59 past level 60 all the way up to level 64 before I decided to call it quits for the day. Now, the important level in there is level 60. That is where I unlock Chivalry. That is pretty much what tells me I should probably work on making progress toward the King's Ransom quest, which is the quest you need to do to unlock the ability to use Chivalry. It'll just be something that's really beneficial for me. I can use it Slayer, I can use it while at Bandos and things like that. It'll just be really, really good for an overall increase in my DPS and in my defensive capabilities as well. So something I should definitely consider working toward. That was the end of day 80 though, guys, and of course in turn the end of today's episode. At 1933 total level, 39.742 mil total XP, we have made drastic progress. And again, please, if you haven't already, throw something in the comments below. What do you think about the Armadyl God Swords. Do I deserve them? Should I keep them and use them as a nice little cushiony boost for my account? Or does that kind of break the rules that I had set? Please let me know what you think. I do really, really appreciate it. With that, though, I do want to say thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a beautiful, beautiful, amazing day. Stay happy. And I cannot wait to see you in my next episode, because I will return and I will rebuild. I will return!